Hello and welcome back. Hope you're good, doing well. So we're having update on CAD Yen. Not just update, by the way. We are having a nice setup over there on CAD Yen. So it's just dropping, and we still, if you are not in, you still can chase that CAD Yen trade. So, but before we're going to look at that, if anyone want to join us, just simply visit wave-trader.com. All right, and if you're looking for further information, just simply go to this section and fill that section for further information to me. All right, or you can visit techtradingacademy.com. Now let's look at the previous video analysis on CAD Yen, and then we're going to talk about next. That's not going to change. So the setup which we are looking right now is on a 4-hour time frame. Okay, so price has pulled back. So we know that what has caused these two movements. Okay, if you have seen my previous dollar yen analysis, you know that what has caused this move and what has caused that move. So policy tweaked has caused that move. All right, so policy tweaked from Bank of Japan caused that, and right after tweaking the policy, next day they were Monday, yeah. So they were buying bonds again. They were trying to contain the inflation. So flexibility terms came in. I have explained that in my dollar yen analysis. So what you are looking, you're simply looking CAD yen to continue to keep dragging lower all the way back to this previous low, or let me pull some lines over there. So you are simply looking for this trade, the trade which is just already happening over there. So if I'm gonna show you different targets, then you're looking those targets. So yeah, so first of all, you're looking for a short-term target there within these areas, and the medium-term and longer-term target going to be come after all the way within these areas. Okay, so that's what you're looking, by the way. So on lower time frame, the analysis is very much similar like the KVN. All right, so correct over there and drop or test that top and then drop to the downside. All right, so hope that makes sense and you got the idea that what you are looking for. You're looking these trades, okay, these trades, and at the end to drop to the downside. Yeah. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so that was the previous video analysis, and we can see that we are having some nice pressure building over there on oil. Oil is dragging lower, and that is also causing weaknesses on the CAD. So we clearly can see that the move has already begun on the CAD yen, and the short-term trade which I was talking about in the previous video analysis is almost reached. Okay, we can see that the short-term target is almost reached. Okay, so we got a pullback and I just had that and then dropped. So the short-term target is almost reached, but we are looking at least up to this previous low, yeah, the wave to happen. So the move is still hasn't happened all the way up to this low. So yeah, let me look at here. So the bigger move, we are expecting it to all the way up to 94 areas, and medium term move to 104 areas. So if you see that any pullback is going to happen on your lower time frame, like 30-minute time frame, then you're still expecting it to drop. All right now I'm anticipating it to just keep dragging lower, but in case if you don't see that and price is just going to pull back for another leg higher like that, again going to visit these areas, then you're still looking price action within these areas for short. All right, or if it doesn't visit that top, all right, and the price is correcting for another time, okay, and moving average is just coming over there, then you are looking for a breakout entry over there. We may not see that pullback, guys. I'm just anticipating we may not see, you know, pullback, and price can continue to keep dragging lower. In that case, you have to be into this trade on 15-minute time frame and need to sell those breakout from more downside. But as far as I can see that the trade hasn't completed yet, we are still far away from you know, these lows, and price still can visit those lows. So if I'm going to pull out the UZN chart, and we can see that the UZ is very well ahead. All right, so UZN is very well ahead, and let me go to slightly lower time frame. UZN is just about to tag that low, right, and nicely went lower, all right, and breaking down towards this low. And we can see that the CAD yen is still behind, okay, and CAD yen still needs to keep breaking down to the downside. So we can see that the Nikkei index is also falling, okay. Equities are struggling. We can see that the equities are struggling too. So the risk of event which has been created by the Bank of Japan, and the downgrading of the US credit rating, causing, you know, indices to still struggle. So we clearly can see that the Nikkei index, let me pull out some moving averages on it. I'm gonna remove those fib lines, so I need to pull out some fib lines over there. So we clearly can see that the Nikkei index has clearly broken below this previous low. So if I'm gonna put a cross line over there and cross line over there, and this is actually telling us that the equities are not doing good, all right, and struggling. So same date, all right, so same date, and this lag which came over there because of the bond buying from the Bank of Japan is buying bond, all right, so they're still buying, but the pace or the quantity which, you know, they were buying before is not the similar. So they have bought bond twice in this, you know, week. You know, they have bought bond with another $2 billion on Wednesday. So we clearly can see that market is not, you know, taking, you know, BOJ's bond buying as you know, dovish anymore. So we clearly can see that so market is just, you know, looking for the Bank of Japan yield to tag 1%, and that's causing the Nikkei index to go down too, all right. And there are a couple of other factors as well which are playing out for the equities to go down, not just the BOJ policy. BOJ policy tweak is showing its sign, right? And on top of that, the downgrade in the US credit rating is also playing a role over there for the equities to go down. But here the point on this chart is that the Nikkei index has removed all these gains, okay, and broken below this previous low clearly. So this is a sign for us that the yen has to gain in coming days, all right. And the move which started from over there tagged the short-term target lower. So CAD yen still needs to keep dragging lower all the way up to this area. So similarly, if I'm gonna pull out my Uzi chart here on this area, yeah, my Uzi chart is clearly reflecting that move, the move which we are having on equities. That move is clearly, you know, is being reflected, the move which we are having on the Nikkei index. So there were a couple of factors, all right. There were a couple of factors which was causing the Australian dollar to drop, and the major factor was that the Reserve Bank of Australia, they did not raise the interest rate, which was causing the Australian dollar to go down. And on top of that, you know, other factors like Bank of Japan tweak or you know, a drop in US credit rating, downgrading of US credit rating is also. So all these factors are playing out for risk of event. And if I'm going to pull out my fib lines, so Australian dollar against the yen is reflecting that you know, risk of move. So we broken below this 100% tracement, but on the Aussie yen we are still at the 70%, so we still may see more downside on Australian dollar against the yen. Okay, but this is not our trade. All right, the trade is the CAD yen, which is doing good right now. So make sure you use proper risk reward ratio over there, and if you are already in, taken your short-term target, you did well done. If you if you are in and looking to target this previous low, you are trying to add more once we can have pullback over there. So we may see a pullback as other other charts are pulling back. So if I'm going to pull out another chart on it, that ARJPY is well ahead, is telling us the the magnitude of these news, the news which were broken out. So the developing countries currencies are struggling more than or emerging market currencies are struggling more than the developed countries. Okay, so these are yen has just removed that previous low like Nikkei has done. Okay, this move. So all these are indications that the other currencies which are still not falling against the yen, we may see a drop on those currencies. Yeah, so hopefully. Okay, so what you are actually looking right now, so this correction which is just building over there, so this correction to break out, once you see that the breakout comes, you are looking it to drop. So why we are not having aggressive sell-off on these currencies? Why CAD and yen is not why CAD is not falling against the yen so aggressively? The reason is very much simple. And the reason is that US, downgrading US credit rating is causing the longer term yields to rise. Okay, and the Japanese longer term yield is also rising at the same time. So both longer term yields are rising at the same time, which are supporting risk on currencies at the moment. But the other factor which we need to consider is that these risk on currencies, the central banks of those risk on currencies, they have done hiking the rates, right? And the rates are peaking. So Bank of Japan is catching up. So once we're going to see that the longer term yield is going to find their tops, then we're going to see the effects, the higher yield effects of Bank of Japan going to start playing out over there. They are playing, but playing in the equity markets at the moment, not on the currencies yet. So you're going to see strength on the yen. So the pullback, all right, the pullback which is just happening over there, you're going to look for this to break down and price to tag that low. Thank you.